So you plan on getting like maybe doing any busking in America?
Yeah, there'll be some surprises.
That would be
There'll definitely be
amazing.
some surprises. My manager tells me not to talk about the things we have planned because he's like, it's better to announce them when they're announced, but there'll be some surprises.
Hey, it's Karen Carson with an Audacy check-in with Ed Sheeran.
Hey,
We are so happy you are back
nice to be here.
and so excited about the Mathematics tour.
Yeah, me too.
So last time you were here was right before your European tour. And I remember you were thinking to yourself, wow, this is going to be so different. It's not just me and my pedal and changing things. You're going to have musicians and lights and fireworks. And you've done it in Europe now. So how is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a different. Even just playing in the round is like a completely different experience. And the first couple of shows were a bit like, "Ooh, what's going on here?" But how many shows have I played now? I think 51 shows now, and so it's well oiled. Coming to America, it's going to be great.
Okay, good. I was wondering about that. And you've got your musicians and you guys can feed off each other and turn as quick as you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean the band is actually just a section of the show. It doesn't define the show. It's just a section of the show. It's loop pedal, and then there's solo bits, and then there's bits with big band and fireworks and all that stuff. So it's just there's no point at the show where you're bored.
Well, we've never been bored at an Ed Sheeran show, so I can't wait to see the whole production
Totally.
put together.
Thank you.
It's going to be amazing. So you did some busking in Ipswich outside the town hall.
Yeah.
What made you decide to do that? Were you not afraid you were going to get mobbed?
Well, no, I'm filming a documentary at the moment, and we were in Frankfurt, and they were like, "Oh, why don't you just do some busking today?" And I was doing a gig in Frankfurt that night, and I was sort of like, Frankfurt's it's a city that lots of people go to and visit, and tourism and blah blah blah. And the town that I come from is like not that. It's quite out the way. It's not any place that people would like go and visit, or it's not really a place that you would hear about in the news a lot. So I was like, well, we should do it there because the town needs a bit of a
little fun thing.
Yeah, good fun. And I've also haven't been on the high street in about 12 years, and I used to go on the high street every Saturday with my mum, and yeah, I just fancied going back to the high street, and then it was great. Had such fun, such fun. It's weird. It's weird having like a hometown and never really playing there because there's not really any infrastructure there for gigs.
Right,
it's like
a big place.
Yeah.
So you gave a really nice gift to your hometown. That's cool.
Totally, yeah. It was fun. It was really, really good, actually. Really, really good.
So you plan on getting like maybe doing any busking in America?
Yeah. Yeah, there'll be some surprises.
There'll
definitely be some surprises. My manager tells me not to talk about the things we have planned because he's like, it's better to announce them when they're announced, but there'll be some surprises.
I think that's great. And we know anytime you come around, it's going to be amazing. So tell us about some of the artists that you have going out on the tour with your, first of all, Khalid. We know Khalid. We love Khalid.
Yeah, I think the cool thing about Khalid is, he's got 10 songs that have 1 billion streams, and I'm just about to have my 11th song. So you're going to have a show that for 3 hours you're going to see 21 songs that have 1 billion streams, like 21 like bangers, and I just think it's a cool ticket.
It really is a cool ticket, and I love Rosalind.
Yeah.
I love all these artists. Do you feel empowered, like bringing them out and like they're going to be in these massive stadiums in the US? That's amazing.
Yeah, I think well, I feel like people like Russ and Khalid sort of do arenas anyway, but I feel like Rosalind and Maisie's doing it, Dylan's doing it, Cat Burns, I think Griff might be doing 1 or 2, but it's like I think it's great to have a platform that you can offer new artists to. I've just done an entire tour in Europe, and I've had, new up and coming artists come, and you learn so much playing those shows because you're playing to such a wide variety of people. All the first gigs that I played as an opening act are like small rooms. You can win over a small room pretty quickly, but especially if it's the same sort of genre that you're playing in. But with stadium shows, it's so many people with so many different tastes and songs that they like, that you really learn quite quickly how to play to big crowds.
Well, you did that with Taylor Swift, right? Was that
Totally.
your first? Was she the first one that took you out on
No,
the tours?
no. Snow Patrol took me out first here, but it was a different tour. Taylor's was arenas and stadiums. Snow Patrol was like big theaters.
Yeah, but you were much loved and well received during that.
Definitely,
I
yeah. I
remember
loved
that.
it. I
That
loved it.
changed a lot for you, I think.
Totally, yeah, yeah, like totally. You know, it's above everything. It gave me the excuse. Like everyone always said, you can't break America unless you move to America. And being English, I was like, I don't really want to live here full time. But being on Taylor's tour was 6 months. Snow Patrol's tour was like 4 months, and then I sort of lived here for the back end, making Multiply anyway. So I ended up being here for the best part of 2 years.
It was like you lived here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know America quite well. So you're about to go on this huge mathematics tour in North America. We waited for so long to have this. Do you use a tour bus when you're on tour in the US or in Europe?
No. No,
Okay,
I
it's
haven't
always
used.
flights, correct?
No, we actually did trains in Europe this time. We did
Was
a.
it the Ed Sheeran train? I
No,
mean,
no,
how'd
no.
you do that?
No, just it was like the Eurostar. Like I've kind of reached a point in my career where fans are not fanatical anymore. I have fans, and they come up and they go. In America, it's always just they've liked me on Game of Thrones or something. Someone will just come up and say something. But I'll be on a train and someone will just come up and have a picture, and then that's it. Like that's it. There's only a certain level of weirdness it gets to now.
So is that in Europe and not in America? Is that what you were just saying?
I'd take trains across America, totally.
Because your fans are pretty fanatical.
They're really not anymore. They're really not.
Really?
Yeah, well, if you think about it, I've been doing this for, at this level, like 12 years.
Yeah.
And say I had fanatical 14-year-old fans.
And you did, because they were hiding in the bathroom next door.
Totally.
When you did an
and they're now
appearance.
26 and they work in the cities and they have jobs and apartments. And, the fanatical aspect of it stops because everyone just grows up.
So your fans are growing up with you,
Totally.
right? That's great.
Yeah.
One last question. Lewis Capaldi wants to form a supergroup. You, Niall Horan, Elton John. What's your response?
I feel like we should get a girl in there.
Yeah, girl
Yeah.
power.
Yeah, totally.
Who would you choose?
Lizzo, I reckon. Yeah.
That's
I feel
a
like
good one.
I feel like Lizzo would make it more interesting, less like ballady,
She'll put a little fun in there for you guys. I like that group. I hope it happens. Ed Sheeran, so
Who would you
excited.
kick out of that group though?
Who would I kick out? Oh,
We'll kick out Lewis because it's his idea.
yeah.
He's out.
He's getting a lot of attention. Yeah. And Niall's so funny, but they're both funny. You're all funny.
Totally.
And I love that you guys are friends. That's fantastic. Well, thanks and good luck on the mathematics tour
Thank you. Yeah.
and being here for our Audacy check
I'm
and
excited.
Ed Sheeran.
Thanks.